Hey guys, Papa Pete back again. Coco in the basket, right Coco? We're going to have another pickup video today because we were recently up in Moncton, New Brunswick, where I got not only got some pickups at one of my favorite places to get games in Moncton, Spinnin Records, but I was also at the Shediac Flea Market, which is an annual event, fairly large flea market. And this year, my kids, 64-bit for life, had a setup there. Quit chewing on the microphone. And so I spent quite a bit of time there, trolled around quite a bit, met a few different people, and got a few good pickups there. So anyway, can't wait to share with you. Here we go.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
After the video, don't forget to check out Intellivisioncollector.com for all your Intellivision needs. That's Intellivisioncollector.com. Alright guys, first and foremost, let's have that craft beer that we always start with, and this one is a different one from Nine Locks Brewery in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. I really do like Nine Locks a lot, and it is a Stargazer Brute IPA. Zero compromises, all natural, craft made, no preservatives, unfiltered, small batch. And it is 6.3% strong beer. I've got my Nine Locks glass right here, which has this motto on the back: never trust a runner. They always find the dead bodies. But anyway, let's pop this one open and check it out. Good little spurt there. We'll get that cleaned up before we get the games out. Always open the beer before you get the games out. Got a nice light color for a strong beer, doesn't it? Oh, look at that. That looks beautiful. Look at that color. That's like a very pale. Got a very thin foam. I call it not like creamy, but fizzy. That has a nice flavor right there. You can tell it's kind of strong, but it's got a nice, very, very weak citrusy, but a little hoppy. Nice tight fizz, and I really, really enjoy that one. So, Stargazer Brute IPA from Nine Locks Brewery. I'd give you one if I had one, Coco, but I haven't got a cat flavored one, sorry. Anyway, guys, if you get the opportunity to try it out, by all means, please do. Cheers. So let's start off with a few things that I got at the Shediac Flea Market. That was, like I say, back in July, 64-bit was there. I went in and covered off for him quite a bit at his booth, but I had lots of time to walk around and check out the games and all the other things that were available. So really a good variety of things there at the yard sale. You can see from the pictures here that I took all kinds of different things. Not a real huge flea market by any stretch whatsoever, because there are some big ones coming up here soon. It's Sussex, New Brunswick. Actually, probably by the time you get this video out, it will have already passed as well. But this one, I call it a medium-sized one, but he did really good selling stuff all weekend. But anyway, there was a few different game sellers, but I didn't get a whole lot right at the flea market. But what I did get, and I don't get too many of these anymore, is I got a couple things for my NES collection. I picked up a copy of Galaga. And I also picked up a copy of Desert Commander. Now, I don't pick up games very often for the NES collection because you just don't see them around that much. And frankly, they've gone through the roof. I got both of these for a pretty good price. I'll show you you can see video of the booth where I picked them up. They had all kinds of different games there. But, a nice assortment. And they were pretty willing to, meet in the middle of some of the prices. So I always appreciate that as well. Now, from the same group, I also picked up, or the same booth I should say, I also picked up an edition for my Xbox collection. And what I got is a game that's it's avoided me for a long time. I just haven't seen it. And I got a copy of Spy Hunter 2. So really happy to add this midway hit, sort of take off of the arcade game in very good condition. Manual, disc in good shape. Almost said cartridge, yeah, sure. And just very, very happy to have that one. So those are all my pickups from the Shediac yard sale. But still, I had a lot of fun all weekend trolling around there. But also on Saturday that weekend, while 64-bit was covering his own booth, I took a drive into Moncton and I got to go to Spinnin Records, which again is one of my favorite spots to go for retro games in the area, whether it's Xbox or Atari or anything else. And we'll start off by a couple of Atari games that I picked up. I don't normally buy things card only for my Atari collection, but there's some things that I just find are a little bit uncommon, and when I see them, I do take the opportunity to pick them up. And the first thing I picked up was I got one of the Zonox double unders, and I got Ghost Manor and Spike's Peak. Now they've gone up in the recent times, and this one was still there. It's not in the most fantastic shape in the world, but still, I didn't have any of the Zonox games, and this one was only $10. So how do you beat that, right? And I actually got a little bit, well, I don't know if I got this better than that, but I had gotten a great deal on the Xbox games that I'm going to show you here in a second. I got the Xbox games and I saw this afterwards, and I got it, and I also picked up a copy of a very interesting game. Came in this real neat case, a little cardboard box, $5. I want to take it out. I want to try to take it out here. And I got a copy of Seahawk. I don't recall ever seeing this before. I think it's like sort of like a Sea Wolf type game. I'm not 100% sure, frankly. I'll find some footage and put it up there. But very interesting to pick this. I saw this. This was like a $20, $30 cartridge. And it was $5. So it's like, how could I not pick it up for that price? So very happy to add those to my card-only collections for the Atari. And I may start picking up some of these more obscure titles in card-only, because the boxes are really hard to get. But if you do stick with card-only, you never know when you're going to find a sweetheart deal like $5 or something like that, right? So it's awesome. Now, the first place I went when I went in, of course, I looked around Spinnin Records. They have so many great arcade games there. The Tron games they had Discs of Tron. They had the original Tron arcade. I played a couple games of those. Other arcade games and pinball machines out around in the vinyl spot of their store. Fabulous spot. I just love it. But I always gravitate right towards their Xbox games, because I've often found not only good quality games there, but I find that they're really good to deal with as far as if you make them a reasonable offer. They're very willing to meet you in the middle, and you can get some good deals when you buy a fair amount of games. So what I picked up there, I'm going to start off. I picked up a copy of Winning 11 8. Konami title, heavy game. It's really cheap, actually. This game is starting to go up in price for whatever reason. Beautiful condition, really heavy, thick manual, and it's almost like a managerial game, a soccer game. More managerial than action, really. And I've not played any of them when I was younger, but of course, these are just, there's only a couple different ones on the Xbox, and they're very, very popular titles. So, Winning 11-8, international soccer, so how do you beat that, right? $5 I paid for it. Actually, less than that. Next up is a game, again, which I'd seen a couple times, no manual or in very bad shape, but here, this one was fantastic. And, it's all sealed up still, but it's got the manual in it. It is, in the original NFL box, it's NFL Street. I had NFL Street too, but I didn't have the original one. So, an arcadey type game, sort of building upon NFL Blitz or NBA Jam style of arcadey gameplay of the sports, and EA Sports title. So it's a very well-made game per se. It may not be the absolute best title in the world, but still very happy to finally add NFL Street, the first one, into my collection. Next up is a game that I had looked for. I had the regular version, I do believe. Stop scratching the microphone, Coco. But I got the World Series edition of Major League Baseball 2K5. And this is a beautiful title. I love baseball games on the Xbox. I used to love MVP 2005. And this had both this. You got Great World Series Moments DVD with it. And then the game disc itself right there, which is the same as the regular edition. But also, minty manual. Minty. $5. How do you beat that, right? Plus, I got a little bit of a deal on it. So, really happy to add that one, that special edition, the World Series edition, 05, of Major League Baseball 2K5. So, happy to finally see this one. Okay, the next one is a game where there's two different games from this license in the Xbox collection. And I see the other one all the friggin' time. But I never see this one. And that is Wallace and Gromit in Project Zoo. So surprised to see it, and so happy to see it in such good condition. Because again, manual, disc, everything's in beautiful shape, frankly. And it was quite a bit below the asking price now, because these have probably been there for a while and were priced a while ago. So, man, very happy to add that action-adventure game. And Wallace and Gromit's kind of a really interesting license, to tell you the truth. But it was a little bit before, it was well after my time, and I remember my kids watched it a little bit. It wasn't real popular around here, but still popular enough to get a couple games out. So really happy to have Wallace and Gromit in Project Zoo added to my collection. Now this next one is one I swear that you used to see everywhere, and it was dirt cheap, but for whatever reason it seems to have gone up in price a little bit recently, and I just had never picked it up. So what I got here is the Atari game, a copy of Indigo Prophecy. Action-adventure crime game along the lines of a Hitman or a Mafia or one of those style adventure games. Really nothing really to make it stand out from all the others, but at the end of the day, needed it for the collection and not easy to find in great condition. They wanted a hell of a lot more for it on eBay than what I got it for at Spinnin Records, let me tell you that, because those guys just plain old treat you well. But anyway, Indigo Prophecy from Atari, so happy to add that one into the collection. Now on to the last two pickups, Xbox pickups from Spinnin Records, and I was really happy to add both these because both of them are going up like crazy. These were like $15 games a year and a half ago, and now they're $30, $40 games or higher. And what I got first of all is a copy of Robocop. Again, you gotta love the license, right, of Robocop, but this is an action-adventure police shoot-up game, and it's kind of hard to find in decent condition, to be quite honest, and this one is in great condition. Still has the warranty card inside, the disc is in good shape, the manual's in good shape, and again, they gave me a great deal on it, and it's one of the more expensive games that I still needed for my collection. But that's not all. There's still one that even is more difficult to pick up, and that is a copy of Xiaolin Showdown. Xiaolin Showdown. I tried to pronounce that right. I don't know if I did or not. And it's a very cartoony fighting action-adventure game, which I've seen a lot of good things about, but I'd never see it in decent condition. And this one was crystal mini. I mean, it's just beautiful. And man, I added two games right there between Robocop and Xiaolin Showdown. Two games that I didn't really expect to be able to add easily, at least that easily, into my collection. But when I went into Spinnin Records that day, there they were. And the best part about it is they treated me so well. I'm really happy with not only what I got, but what I paid for them. So anyway, man, Spinnin Records never fails to impress me. I love that store. They have so much great merchandise, and they really treat the collector and the video game lovers very, very, very well. So if you ever get a chance to stop in there, I highly recommend it. Well, Coco, that's it for today. It was a great trip to Moncton, to the Shediac yard sale, and to Spinnin Records. I got some fantastic things not only for my Xbox collection, but some NES pickups and some beautiful Atari card-only pickups of games that I just didn't expect to ever have. So, a lot of fun, isn't it, Coco? You should have been able to go with us, but you couldn't go with us that trip, could you? No, you had to stay home and take care of everything. Anyway, guys, thanks for a little bit of time with me today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And we will be back the next time we get some more pickups. And as I always say to Coco, yeah, we'll probably have some more pickups. You take care.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
I'm 64-bit for life, and you're watching Papa Pete.
What the hell?